All right, guys. So today's trade recap, we lost around $400, 1 hour. One trade left in these accounts. We didn't take a trade yesterday, but again, I can potentially go over the setup that I did, journal this setup, and it was a really good setup. Honestly, it was a really, really good setup. Today's setup was also really good. It just didn't give us the delivery we wanted, and we're at the journal it, review it, and analyze why. And try to understand it. This was the setup here. It was a 1 to 3 minimum, 1 to 2 minimum, honestly. But where's your draw? Your draw's right here. This is your minimum draw you want to take, and then eventually this is your maximum right here. 1 to 3, 1 to 1 though. If you want to just take it easy, this would have been the trade for sure. Since once you start having strong displacement, you just trail the stop, and you have a breaker. Not a breaker. I mean, you have strong displacement above that. Aggressive buyers are pushing price, and they're disrespecting that 15-minute SIBI. Clearly you're going to reach past this high, and once you start having strong displacement past that high and you continue, then of course that that draw is obvious. Same thing with the 4-hour key target. And again, I've been putting this in the Discord a little bit more. My analysis yesterday, this was what I was looking for. We had a candle range low sweep, again, and then we also had strong displacement. So again, this is your draw. This is also your draw. I was talking about here. We have a daily internal array, which daily SIBI, which is going to be retracing a key draw on liquidity for now. The 4 hours showing strong rejection with displacement higher with those relative equal highs for tomorrow, and then same thing for today. We do have the daily SIBI holding, the 4-hour bearish order block holding, forming target that sell sign limit. The 1-hour bearish people are pushed us lower, shows bear intention for the completion of the market maker sell model. But again, it just never really gave us that delivery, and we went for longs once we started to see the rejection here. And now we're holding it. We're probably going to continue down after sweeping all this buy side and targeting these lows, which again I could have probably waited for, but just a little impatient, eager boy, and I saw my system present itself. So once the system is presented, I take the setup. I don't look back, and that's on me today, really, because again, we took this trade, we instantly got stopped out, instantly we're wrong, and that's perfectly fine. I'd rather have a trade stop me out like this than of course waiting for a good minute. And yeah, that's pretty much really the trade idea. If we go to the 4-hour, the daily time frame, again, weekly time frame, we had a candle range low sweep pushing up higher. We're showing bullish intention here, I won't lie, but on the daily time frame, really we had that internal array that is still holding, honestly. And then on the 4-hour time frame, this is where things get a little bit more tricky. On the 4-hour time frame, we had a 4-hour imbalance, and we also had a 4-hour candle range low sweep, which then equates to CRT here. So we had a CRT form. We also did have the EBP, but it was already completed. And then on the 1-hour time frame, again, we had another one. We had a 1-hour CRT, or 1-hour candle range low sweep targeting the 1-hour internal array, which was an obvious draw. On the 30-minute time frame, again, really just the same thing. We had another sweep, and again, this all I'm looking for. I'm looking for is rejection, and that's all I'm looking for, and yeah, and then on the 15-minute time frame, we didn't really have much, honestly, on the 15-minute, which is probably why we lost here. And then on, again, the 1-minute time frame, we just took that entry. On the 5-minute time frame, nothing really, honestly. We didn't have any form of fair value gap. Same thing on the 3-minute, same thing on the 2-minute. 2-minute, we did have this one, I guess, which we did have that fair value gap, which again, we probably could have waited, used that one to then eventually take the trade and target that, which honestly would have saved us. So if we used the 2-minute instead of the 1-minute fair value gap, we would have got saved. And that's why the closes are so important. Every time you take a close of a trade, it's very, very crucial. And yeah, so yeah, really, that's really it. Honestly, the account it's not bad. The accounts are not bad, honestly. I am just waiting for the payout, honestly. It still hasn't came into my account, but for the month, we're green. For this week, we're still green, even if we don't take a trade tomorrow. But again, really just after the payout and resetting the balance, I do feel a little bit more nervous. I won't lie. Whenever I'm taking certain setups, I want to be more picky. But again, if we're following the system and we have the odds in our favor, majority of the time, we just wait for every single confluence to form, and we wait just for every single thing to play out perfectly. We will get what we want to, receive, because again, we back tested it, we journaled it, put in so much work, bro, that it's inevitable, and we got to pay out. It's proven, it works. Past accounts, got the payout. Now it's really just continuing to show up, continue to be disciplined, continue to be consistent, and continue to follow what got us here, and not changing a single thing. When a lot of people lose, they just aren't able to walk away. They revenge trade. They try to make more next trade, and they just force things, and they let it get in the back of their mind. But again, it's, losses are part of the game. They're learning experiences. I don't view them as losses. I view them as learning experiences, because next time I'm put in this position, in this scenario, I will be able to prevent this from happening, be able to walk away from taking the trade, or just sitting on my hands and being more patient and waiting for that 2-minute inversion instead of that 1 minute. So again, just learning and growing. And again, I've been learning how to become better with my trade management and my emotional management, in terms of like, okay, letting it run, not taking partials, entering more soon, and just not being afraid of the setup, and just being patient. Honestly, that's all really. And that's pretty much really it. This account is at 517, while the other one is at 772, which I don't know why it has those combines. It still has them. They've always been there. And yesterday's trade, it could have put us up at least, maybe 2R, a little bit more. And I don't want to think about it like that, like, oh, it could have, should have, would have, like, it just didn't happen. It didn't happen. I'm present right now. I try to stay grounded, stay present. And this is the result I'm at. And this is where I'm at right now. And if we lose the account, we're just going to be able to buy more and, try to get max allocation. That's my next goal. Really get max allocation, be funded with it, copy trade, continue to risk the same amount, continue to take the same amount of trades, and it's 1 trade a day. Again, I only take 2 to 3 trades per week max. Maybe 2 to 4 some weeks, but maybe this week could have been 4 trades if tomorrow does present itself. And then yesterday we took it, could have been 2 to 4 trades a week. Majority of the time is 2 to 3 minimum, and that's the baseline. So again, I'm only having like 2 shots per week to really take the setup, and that's really it, bro. I'm gonna stay grounded, stay patient, and just continue to show up every single day, because every day there's a new opportunity, and the market will reward you for showing up every single day, even if it doesn't offer anything. So yeah, peace.